Pelicans win 111-88 over the Miami Heat. Let's do it.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth out.
That's a really good start to the show. Speaking of Jimmy Butler.
We'll beat them the next time, too. We're just a better team. I'm not going to say that they're not a good team, but I don't think this really matters. I think that, when we get them on our home court, it's going to be a different game. I hope that they're healthy, and it's going to be the same outcome.
I'm proud of you.
What do you, yeah?
I'm proud of you.
Like that? Five, go ahead.
Lito said he was proud of you. I was trying to figure out why he was proud of you. Hold on.
So Lito before the game ended, Lito's like, yo, you need to get that Jimmy Butler video up. And I said, what'd I say, Lito?
He said, I already got it, brother. Verbatim.
CJ McCollum, 30 points tonight, 5. Pelicans drop 111 points. Defensive, they were great. Ball was moving. A lot of 3-point attempts. A lot of space. They played through Jonas Valanciunas. Lots to talk about tonight. Let's talk about CJ, though. 30 points. And it was 30 points, and it was 3 levels of 30 points. It was the 3, it was the floaters, it was the layups. What'd you see from him tonight?
I just saw somebody getting his rhythm back, right? He probably was in Miami. CJ being a foodie, probably got some good food that he probably hadn't had in a while in Miami, or probably went to booby trap. I don't know. That's what I would have done. But it just looks like a veteran getting his feet back under him, being able to. That was one play, like when it wasn't like CJ was taking like ill-advised threes, right? Sometimes he can get like that. It was like, okay, I made one bucket, I made another bucket. Now it's time to dance, right? And there was a couple times where he lost his handle, but it was more consistent of like, hey, I got an easy one, made a tough one. Now I'm gonna make an even tougher one. Like it was like levels to it, as you kind of alluded to. Like he got his rhythm while playing in the game. He saw Zion didn't have it early on. It's like, all right, now it's time for me to go in. And he started dancing as X said, like he had it in his bag tonight.
So Chaz, CJ McCollum finishes 6 of 12. So this is, I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think it's the third straight night or third straight game he shot 50% or better from deep. He finishes 6 of 12 tonight. I think he went 4 of 8 the other night, and then I think he went like 5 of 10 the other night. I'm gonna look that up, but this is the third straight night where CJ McCollum's got it going from downtown. 6 of 12 from deep, goes 12 of 21 from the field, 30 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. But we talked about before the show, Chaz, he had space to operate tonight.
Yeah, CJ, man, constant professional. Again, if you look at CJ's numbers historically as the number 2 option, he's been the man for damn near a decade now. Like career 20 plus, 19, 20, around that range, career score, coming out of a really crazy rut himself. But, I want to speak, shout out to CJ, but, the Jimmy Butlers and Dwayne Wades and Mountain Dogs and Brandon Sands of the world, all these zesty guys. You gotta watch these guys. The guys with the weave and the nail paint. You gotta watch these guys. You know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather. You know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather. But yeah, shout out to CJ. Hell of a game. Lit it up from beyond the arc. And I'm really happy that he was able to get back into. I'm looking at his box score. 6 of 12. Again, we spoke last game. Shout out to Ross. We spoke about people who you need to have that willingness to shoot threes from beyond the arc, because in the event that Zion does have a shitty game, and it was some shit tonight, you need that 3-point shot to be the equalizer. So he stepped up tonight and did that expertly.
Make sure you smash that like button. So the last 4 games, Lito, against Portland goes 6 of 12 from deep. Against Brooklyn, 4 of 8 from deep. Against Orlando, 3 of 6 from deep. Tonight, 6 of 12 from deep. 50% over his last 4 games. He's shooting 20, 26, 36, 38, 6, 10, 13, 19 of 38 from deep in his last 4 games. This is after, when he had a bad ankle sprain. He came back kind of early. Everyone shitted on him, all this other stuff. He now has gotten back into his rhythm, and I thought tonight he looked energetic. I thought he had some really good defensive possessions. Yes, as I think 5 alluded to, he might have lost his handle a couple times, but he was dancing tonight. But more importantly, he's knocking down threes. And when Zion didn't have it going, CJ stepped up tonight.
What you mean when Zion didn't have it going?
Like when he had like 4 points.
Oh, because he didn't have it going. So
No.
shout out, shout out to CJ, man. This was the best CJ game I've seen in a while. He looked completely comfortable on the floor. He looked like he was just in his rhythm. He felt, you know what it is? It felt like he had a rhythm tonight.
Yeah,
it felt like he had a rhythm. Yeah,
I appreciate this comment from Goonie 300 because a lot of people can't do this to admit that they were wrong about CJ, but CJ might be back. Shout out to you.
Hey,
Go
look,
ahead,
look. Shout out to Goonie, man. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you was wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be wrong. Listen, at the end of the day gonna end. But CJ was fantastic tonight. He's definitely the reason. You know what I'm saying, for the W. Well, excuse me. He's one of the reasons. I don't want to move too far ahead. He is one of the reasons that the Pelicans won tonight. They got a couple other reasons. I know we're gonna get to it. Happy to see CJ back, 12 for 21, 6 for 12, 7 assists, a 30 burger. I mean, I can't really ask for nothing else.
5, we talked about this guy stepping up his game. What'd you think of?
It's going to be Hawkins. And an air ball over to Jose. He's got Naji on the run. Good eye. And he hit.
I mean, to be honest, we can talk about both of those guys and kind of like as a collective. I thought they were brilliant tonight. I thought Jose's pace. I thought Naji's aggressiveness. This is why I can't just say these guys are just run of the mill NBA players. Not on this team. Not on this team. I think they're far more important on this team than they would be on any other team. Like you literally need them. Think about it. This team was terrible in the first like 4 minutes. Terrible. It wasn't because of a Larry Nance substitution that they got on the track. No, it was because Naji and Jose got in the game and they started playing better. Like that. That's what it was. And they've done this more times than not. This is why I think on this team they're more valuable than Jordan Hawkins. They're more valuable than Dyson Daniels. They're more valuable than any other person. Hell, I think Naji Marshall is more valuable to this team than Larry Nance. Like that's how high I'll have him on this team. And he doesn't. And most people will be like, they're not consistent enough. Hell, they don't get paid to be consistent enough. If you look at their contracts, they don't get paid to be the consistent ones. If you want to talk about consistency, talk about the dudes making nearly $30 million a year. Talk about Larry Nance making 12 million a year in JV. Like talk about those guys. But if we're going to talk about the subs, and we're going to talk about the guys who's making maybe $1 million to $3 million a year, yeah, I expect them to have highs and lows.
So 5, can I ask you a question back to the highs and lows? Because I completely agree with you. And like, there are nights, and we've talked about this, where you need Jose and Naji. I've been, ever since the trade deadline, I think Naji's been great. But when they're struggling like last night, right, when they literally like there's no production whatsoever on the bench, what do you do then as a coach? Like, would you just keep it the same, stay consistently, or would you just like try to throw in a Matt Ryan or Jordan Hawkins to try to change it up? Or does that fuck up with like, you know, consistency?
So someone told me something that I had to like take a step back and kind of had to agree to, right? It was more so, imagine if you're Willie Green and you're on your last leg of your contract and you're like, how do I get wins? Because win is going to get me another contract, right? Do I go with the rookie that's going to have another shot? Or do I go with the guys that I know what they're going to produce. I don't necessarily have to develop them at this point in time in the season. Like, how do I gauge that? So I can see why he goes to Naji and Jose. I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I have to agree with it, but I can understand the plight there. Like, all right, cool. And some nights you're going to have nights like this and other nights that we've seen. I wish he was a little bit more flexible in his rotations a little bit, but I can understand it.
That's fair. Chaz, or did you want to go lead out?
To answer your question, I just want to answer your question. I think that I agree with 5. I think that you kind of got in the more valuable part of the the conversation, I could see how you could say that because Justin, look, and this is not like it ain't this not a diss to you because like honestly,
Stop. This means it's a diss. Just let's go. Let's
No,
do
no,
it.
no, no,
You
no,
ain't
no.
got a privilege.
no, no,
Come
no,
on.
no, because you right. We all want Matt. I mean Jordan to play. We would like to see minutes from Matt, but I the conversation we were having yesterday about why they not gonna play and why Larry's gonna get more minutes
Mhm.
than Jonas still. You as a coach, as a coach who is vying for a contract extension, you gotta do what you feel like got you there.
When y'all two break it down like that makes a lot of sense to me. Like, look, and this is like part of the basketball conversation. I'm all about Jordan Hawkins, and I want the young kid to get a shot, and I think he can change the game like this. But when Jarrett and Lito explain it like that, now I see it. Like if we're talking about last year on a contract, we're talking about guys that he trusts. Well, he's gonna go with Naji and Jose and Larry. That's just it is what it is.
I mean, Justin, if we were having this conversation in like November, I mean, we were having this conversation in December, November, January, we would have more of something to stand on, right? Because at those critical moments, like you needed certain avenues, like you needed more shooting. But right now, like it's winning time. Like you couldn't just go with your gut, right? Like at any other time, you got to just go with what you know. And that's kind of what he knows. And hopefully he, reaps the benefits of it.
Chaz, before we got on the stream, 36 3-point attempts tonight. Obviously the goal is 40, but they go 18 of 36 tonight. Let me kind of break. I think so. CJ had
50%.
Yeah, it's pretty. You're usually going to take 50%. Trey Murphy he goes 4 of 9, CJ 6 of 12, Jose 4 of 7 tonight. Do you think? I mean, Herb taking 4. I'm trying to just break down the disparity, right? Right. Like you want to see it probably a little bit more. Like you don't mind CJ and Trey taking all the threes. Would you want to see an uptick in Herb's 3-point attempts here moving forward, or you think 4 is a good spot?
I think 4 is fine. I mean, ultimately, it's difficult to hold Herb to a certain standard because, again, like everyone has to be held to the same standard. If you're going to ask Herb to take more threes, you have to ask everybody who isn't taking threes to take more threes. But I thought everyone's production was pretty good. Like I'd be remiss if I didn't say they were missing Hero and Duncan Robinson, but at the same time, Zion didn't play much and Brandon was out. So that says about even. And you're in the second half of back-to-back, so they also had the rest advantage. So what these guys were able to do tonight was incredible. So I really like the 3-point output. Again, it's like a different brand of basketball. It's not some random guy throwing the ball. 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Not a lot of free throws, but they knocked them down for the most part, 75%. They defended well without fouling. The Heat only had 15 free throws. Damn, the Heat shot 47 threes. God dang.
They shot 47.
47 threes. But again, and that's the thing about role players and energy players. I think to Five's point, if guys aren't, you just got to recognize when it isn't a guy's night, and for the betterment of the team, you got to sit them down. It happens. And like this is a sport. You know what I'm saying? This isn't if you sit a guy down, something bad is gonna happen. Like, but you also got to not be married to these rotations. Like, you also got to recognize when it's like, all right, he did that last game, but this game he don't really got it going. So you have to be able to make those adjustments on the fly. I think what Naji and Jose were able to provide tonight was incredible. Shout out to my dog JV, finally getting a little bit of love. Didn't get enough love.
Yo.
Thomas,
appreciate you, bro. That's a
Thomas. Thank you, dog.
Thomas.
God damn, boy.
Oh, thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, Thomas, DM us somebody, dog. We got to get you a shirt. Like,
yeah, a couple shirts out to you. Appreciate you, Thomas. Chat. Sorry, I was gonna say all super chats and comments will be at the end of the show, fans. But like, Chaz, I had JV next. I was gonna let Lito go, but if you want to start,
I started off with just like sometimes with some of the people in the chat, that Miami Heat culture is zesty. It's zesty. It's real zesty. And with them zesty dudes, like you see who in a Hall of Fame, it's real zesty. It's real. It's really Rodman-esque. Imagine having a pack of Dennis Rodmans. It's all right. You can have one Dennis Rodman in your history, but imagine having a pack of Dennis Rodmans. They got a pack of Dennis Rodmans over there. You never know what you're gonna get. Jimmy Butler, he's on his last leg. Like it's about that time, Jimmy. But all that being said, JV showed up tonight. A guy who looks like he actually belongs on the Miami Heat. He kind of got that Miami Heat vibe about himself. Went out there, handled his business. Only had 4 shot attempts. Didn't pout. Shot 100% from the field. Could have easily had another double-double. 10 boards. Solid defensively. It's something we've been asking about. And I think one of the best things you saw tonight is the guys who didn't play well last game. They showed up tonight this game. So the guys who, they may have had a bit of a rest advantage compared to some of their cohorts. They showed up tonight and did their thing. So shout out to them, man. They rose to the occasion.
And Chaz, before I get to Lito, you look at the box score, it's 8 points, 10 rebounds, whatever. But how many times did he pass out of a double team and they were playing 4-on-3? Right? Like it happened, or they, it was a short roll, they had a collapse, and then it was a skip corner 3. Like these are things that people box score watchers don't see. And this is what I'm talking about with Jay. and this is what we're talking about with JV. Is that he just plays, he's always an advantage, Lito. And I think Chris kind of alluded to it early on in the year. Like he's like your running game. When you don't have the passing game going, you kind of slow the game down, you get your running game going. But tonight, Lito, I had texted you at halftime and said, fuck, JV got 9 minutes. And you gave me that weird, I still don't understand the background of that meme, but maybe I'm just completely missing.
It's Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I just saw that. I didn't know how to respond. But then JV gets, 14 minutes in the second half, plays the end of the third, most of the fourth. Pelicans completely blow it open. What'd you see from JV tonight?
Listen, let me start by saying this.
Thank you, 504.
Man, appreciate you, 504. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you for real.
Yeah, thanks for everyone in here. Smash the like button. Appreciate y'all.
I just want to start by saying it was a gutsy win by the Pelicans. It was a win. It was a win where I really wasn't expecting them to win. My dog, appreciate you. I felt like the Pelicans, based on what happened
yesterday. Donald, man. Shout out to Donald.
Thank you, dog. Appreciate you. Based on everything that happened in Orlando yesterday, they had every reason to just say fuck this game and you know what I'm saying, like we'll get them on the next round or whatever. But they played hard, bro. Like they played hard. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
We appreciate that. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, we know how it is.
I feel like Justin, you text me, I hit you with the Kurt Angle meme because I didn't understand why JV wasn't getting his minutes. There are people who were telling me that the player who gets most of those minutes is a better player than him, and we had a conversation about that via text. But I'm gonna tell you this: JV is like he's like a pass catching. Fuck Chris, by the way, but JV's like a pass catching running back out of the backfield. He's a safety valve. He's a guy that you don't have to do the in case of emergency break glass thing. He's just always ready. He always prepared. Whenever his number called, he's gonna step in. He's gonna be a professional. He's gonna do everything he has to do. Yeah.
That was.
I ain't say nothing. I just looked at Chaz.
It's impossible to say anything. It's just really is. Go ahead.
You say nothing. And listen, man. He played 22 minutes. He took 4 shots, right? But it felt like all 4 of those shots were huge shots. It felt like they were. Shout out to X. It felt like those shots were the timing of them were impeccable. He had a basically a midi. He got a jump.
But that midi was late in the shot clock. Like I think it was like soft zone. I think it was. It was like late in the shot clock. It was
that's what he do. He been making that shot for 13 years. Like that ain't nothing new to him. Like he can do that. You just have to have the ability, the opportunities to do it. They were pissing me off tonight because I think Jokic was on him. I think that's how you say his name. Jovic. I'm sorry, Jovic. There can only be one. So he was guarding him. And they just didn't look for him. Jose looked him off a few times. I mean, it is what it is. I can't wait to talk about Zion though. So
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Zion, but first, Jarrett, let's talk about
6 of his 14. 6 of his 14 at the free throw line. How about this job?
That's great. Stay down. Stay down. Right.
That's discipline.
Can you play that again?
yeah.
6 of his 14. 6 of his 14 at the free throw line. How about this job?
That's great. Stay down. Stay down. Right.
That's discipline.
Everybody, get your roll on, man. That's a trap.
Why didn't you shoot the three?
Oh, Jimmy ain't trying to shoot.
That was weird.
Yeah, Jimmy ain't trying to shoot that.
I don't think he shot a 3.
Let me see.
He might have not.
No, he was 0 for 3. He was 0 for 3. I'm sorry.
Over three.
Yeah. Jimmy ain't whatever. But like Herb is Herb, bro. Like Herb does things on a nightly basis that, again, that don't show up in the box score. That don't like. You're like, how the fuck did he even see that? Like that's why you hear about other coaches talking about Herb Jones. Like, damn, this guy is good. Damn, like how did y'all find him? Like he really is the golden child. I don't know if anybody like would ever think about it like that, but he's Herb could probably do what if you think Zion gets away with shit. Herb probably could do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. He probably could, but he's just not like that. Like he probably could do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and no one's gonna say anything about it because like
he got the keys to the building.
No, he like really does though.
Oh, for sure.
But Herb Jones, Shaz, once again, you look at the box score: 3 of 8, 1 of 4 from deep, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, but a plus 24, 10 points, and then playing that kind of defense. But when he's shooting now, I think he had a corner 3 that rimmed in and out that I thought was a really good shot. Then he had a left wing 3, I think, coming off a screen. Like it was a one dribble come off the screen pull. I was like, okay. Like I just think that, coming in down the stretch here in the playoffs, I think the game plan will be all right. You gotta leave Herb Jones in the corner. But I don't know if teams are gonna be successful with the way Herb's playing and the way he's shooting. And then you get this defensively.
I think you got to pick your poison. I mean, if you're the Pelicans, if he turns into Bruce Bowen, you're ecstatic, right? But if you're the other team, you're like, well, he's not Bruce Bowen just yet. So you kind of gotta, play the odds there. But with his defense, I mean, Herb's incredibly consistent. It's like, again, I always use this analogy. Since he's like the offensive lineman, you only notice him when something's going wrong. Like damn, Herb's been quiet as of late. Like, you'll notice something like that. But to defend, to be tasked with guarding the opposing team's best player on the second night of a back-to-back and having the performance he had, that's incredible to his, and that's a testament to his work ethic. He's a guy that's been pretty consistent for the entirety of the season. Still, he didn't make them, but he still put up a pretty consistent number of threes tonight with 4, went 1 for 4, timely plays. He just does what Herb does. So it's a shame that you almost take him for granted because, I mean, he doesn't have a big personality. If he had a bigger personality, I think he would get a bit more of the accolades. But man, I had a funny comment about the super chat. But I'm gonna wait. But if he had a bit more personality, he'd get more of the accolades. But he really doing this thing. Shout out to Herb for stepping up.
I listen. This. I mean, Jimmy didn't have a great game, but I don't want to overlook this point. Without those free throws that weren't on Herb, by the way, he would have 10 points.
Yeah.
He would have held his ass. He would have held them to 10 points. So
I mean, Hawkins too. Like that young dude can hoop.
He nice.
He really is. He's a good player.
Couldn't hoop tonight. Not with Herb
tonight. Alcatraz in the building. Herb their eraser, bro. Like whoever you got for him, like he gonna give them. Look, these guys professionals. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys professional bucket getters. They go get their buckets, but man, Herb gives you a difficult time, though. Like you not gonna enjoy playing basketball that night.
Nah.
I mean, he's first team all. Is there any chance he doesn't get first team all defense? It's got to be this year.
I'm pushing for him to be defensive player of the year. Like, I think we're lowballing it too much. We just keep talking about, let's just get first team. Like, fuck that. Like, this dude's that good to be like the defensive player of the year. Like, Rudy Gobert gets paid an astronomical number of money, like an amount of money, and this dude averages like 12 points and like maybe 10 rebounds or some shit like that, and can't play in the playoffs at times. Like Herb, like this team is not even remotely good if Herb isn't on it. And I don't think we talk about how impactful like that dude is.
He's Jared. We talk about this every day. He's the reason why they're a top 6 defensive rated team. Like it's literally him. Like that's it. It's him. It's Herb Jones. Like I know it says Pelicans as team defense. It's literally fucking Herb Jones. Like that's who it is. Make sure you smash that like button. 209 people in here. Make sure we get the likes up. It helps the channel out. Appreciate all the super chats. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We're gonna get to comments, questions, super chats at the end of the show. Lito, you said you want to talk Zion, so we're gonna talk Zion. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Look, he got a chance to be All NBA. He got a chance to be All NBA, right? He got a chance to do something he's never done before. He's playing more games than possibly playing more games. Because wait, his high is I think 62.
I think you might be right.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's all well and good. I applaud him for being consistent and showing up throughout the season. Nights like this, they will happen, but it can't happen. It can't happen like this. And if it does happen, you can't just shoot 7 shots. You can't shoot 7 and just call it a day, and that's it. Like you see how they was playing. I think they were playing a 3-2 zone on 3-2 zone at one point on him. Like, look, you've been seeing that kind of zone since you was in elementary school. That should not ruin your whole day. It just simply cannot. It was certain plays tonight. He got ripped at the top of the key, being lackadaisical. Like it was times. This is one of those games where when I say like I matchup dependent, right? I don't particularly like him posting up bigger players, but tonight he had fucking Patty Mills on him a couple times, and he didn't even attack that shit. He didn't have any aggression to me tonight. And look, it could have been a back-to-back thing. I don't know.
I'm not doing that right now.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, fuck the back-to-back excuse then, Justin. Fuck it. Like, I take it back. Let me retract that statement.
Because look, here's the thing with Brandon. Sorry, man, cut you off, Lito, but like with Brandon out, like you can't play like that. Like you can't. Like CJ like came to the rescue, but I can't. We can't pencil in CJ dropping 30 and going 6-12 from deep every single night. Can't do that.
I agree with you. I feel like yes, when Brandon is out, you know what I'm saying. Like you cannot play like that. You got to figure it out. I tweeted this. I would like to see Brandon. Lord, I would like to see Zion catch the ball in the middle of the floor. Bro, you remember when Dallas did that shit for Dirk and it totally just unlocked his
4
game
out,
even
1
more?
in. 4 out, 1 in.
Bro,
He's talking about 2 wings, 2 corners, and Zion flat.
Yes.
Like, Jared, look, this thing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold up. That was a little crazy. Hold up. No. Good. Keep going.
Oh, I thank the Lord. Oh, I thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man.
4 out, 1 in is a little crazy, Justin, but you know, like still, we was talking basketball, so there's no other way to describe it. I understand.
That's fair. Well, Jared texted me when I was coaching a playoff game. You know, you should flash number 10 to the middle of the lane or middle of the junction and let him play like that, right? So you've seen it multiple times though, where you've seen it a couple times where Zion would flash high post and you got 2 shooters in the corners and wings, and then he just goes. It's 1-on-1. It's a simple read. If the corner man helps, you kick. If he doesn't.
Let me just finish this point real quick. I would like to remove myself from after this. Yo, it makes the game so much easier for not only him but everybody else because he doesn't have to over dribble. He doesn't have to quote unquote post. You can see the whole floor. You can see the entire floor. And he's quick enough and smart enough. He's cerebral enough where he can make a play in an instant, or he could decide to take it himself.
Lito, do you want to describe what's
Kurt Angle was, I don't remember what he was talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he at the end of the the spiel, he just stared in the camera. He just
I think you talking about the Michigan
No, I
one,
think
right?
he's talking about the Michigan man.
Oh, the Michigan man. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, man. He was crying to Jesus about saving his life and keeping his wife alive. You ever seen the movie what's the name of the movie with Jamie Foxx was in with
Law-abiding citizen?
No, the one where he Samuel Jackson was mad he could ride a horse. The Django.
Django.
Yeah.
It's from that movie.
Oh God, yeah, he wanted.
Damn, Justin. Damn.
What do we?
Justin, you ever hoop? You hoop before?
No, I've never played basketball before in my life. I don't know what he's Jeff. I don't know what you're talking about, but it happened to MJ in the finals. I don't know. 5. Go ahead.
I don't know how MJ got involved, but
Michael Jordan just got involved in the finals, so I don't know.
Yeah. Lito, you were really close. It's 62 was the highest. 61 is the highest. My bad.
61? Okay.
Yeah, really close. Zion can't have a game like the team needed him, right? Like just like he can't have these lulls. Like he cannot have these lulls and like, all right, well, CJ going like, nah, bro, you do it. Like even if you fail at it. That's why I was so happy when he shot the mid-range. Like I was so happy. I don't give a fuck if you miss. Like I don't care if you miss the mid-range shot. Like I don't like, bro, keep shooting that shit because eventually you're gonna need to make that. And I've been thinking about like another article to write, and it's really about the Pelicans against really good defenses and how they guard Zion, right? And specifically, like they're not gonna allow Zion to beat them. So how do you attack defense? And I think Lito is spot on. Like you gotta put Zion in the middle and have shooters around him and other like secondary playmakers around him. So when he does try to drive, you got to have shooters in the corner. Shout out the Future. Like you got to have shooters in the corner, and that space is everything. You can't just continue to think like, all right, we're gonna just pass around the wing and try to like get. You're not gonna be able to do that against really good defenses. You're not. Ask Milwaukee. Ask you just played the Cleveland Cavaliers and they put almost double your points on your head. Like you can't do it against elite defense. You can't. So how do you beat it? By putting Zion in the middle and attacking it that way.
I see, and Chaz, I'm get your point. I see what you're saying now, Jeffrey, but like at the end of the, you can't have 4 points. I'm saying you can't have 4 points. You can't have 7 shot attempts. Like you gotta go hunt shots. You gotta use the free throw. You gotta figure it out. You're all NBA. Jokic doesn't have 4 points a night. Giannis doesn't do 4 points. Like Tatum doesn't have 4. Like he's supposed to be all NBA. He's supposed to be the guy. You can't, like your guy can't have 4 points a night. Just saying. Go ahead, Lito.
Just Jeffrey, at the end of the day got to end. But Justin, check this out. I want to let you talk your shit. You remember this? You remember this? You want to talk about it?
Can we save this one for the Sunday night show?
Right,
I'd like to say this. I'd like to say this because I want to hear Chaz's thoughts because for the first time, I think in his professional career, Chaz, from what I heard from broadcast, Zion Williamson was held scoreless in a half ever.
First half,
in first or second half. Like he's never not scored in a half. He's always scored a point.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess to like keep the conversation going, when you see that your superstar doesn't have it going, what should you do? Is it just simple as putting the ball in the middle of the floor? Or
I think it's that, and I think for me, I think a lot of it is Zion helping himself personally, like do something a little different, like force the issue a bit. But I also think that it's been this way, kind of been this way a lot of the season, as far as like the staff doesn't really help Zion. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the staff doesn't really help anyone. So I think with Zion, if you look at some of his attempts, even with his attempts, a lot of them are, I got the offensive board and I put the ball back up. Like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like a shitty brand of basketball still. I want to say a max player should never have no fucking 4 points. Or I don't think a max player should ever score in single digits. That's just me. You can say 7 points. One thing I didn't like, I would have liked to see him I would have liked to see him get back in the game so he could download the data and kind of figure it out. Because that's the thing I kind of have some issue with Willie Green. He does that with some players. He doesn't do that with some other players. I want these players, like if a guy is struggling, I want him to be able to download the data and figure out okay, how do I adjust to this? You kind of saw that with the Orlando game where he had a really rough first half, and the second half he kind of figured it out. I would have liked to see it with this game, but I also it's also potentially maybe some of the physicality. He was overmatched with some of the physicality. That's also a potential thing. But if you Zion 7 shots, I mean, fuck out of here. You're supposed to go out on your sword. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to take a couple threes, take a couple bad shots. You're supposed to make them say, yo, you need to go sit down. Like go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's not something I'm really concerned about, truthfully.
It is one game, Jeffrey. I completely agree with you. But something just came up to me. Like I just thought about this. So one of my favorite sets is the pistol set. It's basically where a guard pitches it ahead and you kind of run behind it. And it's a read and react. So I was just thinking about it. Like when you're guarding Zion, are you usually up the line or do you usually give him space? Like with Zion,
they've been giving
in the corner. I'm just saying if he's in the corner. Exactly. So if you put Zion here in the corner, I could be messing this up. You put Zion here in the corner and just run CJ on a pistol action, and he pitches it ahead, and you have Trey on the other side with Herb in the slot and JV at the top, and you just let CJ and Zion play off that.
That's the only time I'm putting Zion in the corner.
Exactly.
That's
you have a shooter running off.
Yeah.
And you run into Zion, and if they're up, Zion can kill or fake that handoff, go downhill, or hand it back off to CJ, attack baseline. You have your best shooter and Trey in the opposite corner, and you have Herb Jones, one of the best slot cutter, coming downhill. That's what I was thinking about if you're gonna put Zion in the corner.
The only issue with that, and I love the pistol set. The only issue with that is when they reject that and it just goes awry, and then you got your best player in the fucking corner. To be honest, I thought the Pelicans played smarter in the second half, right? I saw some really good things like, okay, with thought. Herb, entry pass. For some reason, this team can't make a fucking entry pass, and it gets on my goddamn nerves. That's just me. Like, just take one more dribble to the right and drop. Like, it just pass, get a better angle. But in the second half, they did a better job. Like, CJ swung the ball to Herb. Herb, gorgeous pass, right? You over the front man, but not too far so that the help side can be there, and JV got a bucket. Like, that's what I want to see. Even if it's like a miss, I don't care. But the act of actually like seeing that beforehand, because what's going to happen is, all right, the help is going to come a little bit earlier, and then you're going to have a Brady, is what Jordan Hawkins like to call it, right? Where you give it to the big man and he skips it. Like, it's the evolution. Justin, this is why I wanted to be on the screen the other night. They did something that I hadn't seen them do. They ran the ghost screen, right, for Trey. Larry catches it. Dimes to Trey Murphy.
Brother. We broke the play down. We broke it down. I freaking deleted the video. It was actually deflected. Did you know the pass got deflected?
I hope they like.
I broke the same play down. I was like, wait a second. Wait, they threw it to JV to cut back door. Like, we could use this. And the Chaz like, wait, run that back again. And then we ran it back. It got actually deflected into Larry's hands. But I thought about that. Like, Jarrett, that would be a great secondary action where you go screen it. Your defender goes over the top. So then Larry just kind of flashes, throw it back door.
I thought the coaching staff was like, nah, this is what we're gonna do. If they try to jump it, we're just gonna throw it to the big man. But hopefully they keep that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was a mistake, but also like keep something like that. But that's the issue that I have with the coaching staff. Like, how creative can you be against really good defenses? Like, how are you gonna play certain ways? Can you get out of tricky situations or tricky, like, how many teams start off in a zone? Like, it's hard to watch an NBA game and teams are starting off against the Pelicans in a zone. What does that tell you? If you're just a fan consuming the sport, what does that tell you about the team that you're watching? They don't believe that this team can outshoot you. They don't even trust their three ball. So we're just gonna stick in the zone to start a game. That's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, I thought they made a good adjustment on JV. Sorry, Chaz. I thought they made it. They finally made the adjustment play through JV. Go ahead, Chaz.
Yeah.
To me, what that really tells me is that teams aren't afraid of Herb. burning them from beyond the arc. I
Because
like even
that's the poison you got to pick, though, Chaz. Like you
yeah,
just
but
said,
see, here's the
poison you
thing.
gotta pick.
I don't give a fuck if they're afraid or not. Personally, like he's like you. There's no way to justify not starting Herb. It's just that to me, that's like the consensus or the conclusion rather I come to is like they kind of feel like, well, if Herb's gonna beat me, then fuck it. It is what it is. You know, I think teams. If I'm the opposing coach, I recognize that okay, it's easier for me to run Trey Murphy off the line, and I'll live with Herb beating me if that's the case, right? From beyond the arc. Because I know Trey doesn't like to necessarily shoot contested jumpers. So if you're running Trey off the line and you're gonna live with Herb beating you, that really only leaves CJ as the shooter, because we know JV doesn't shoot threes. I'm just using like some type of like coaching logic. That's what I kind of see. But ultimately the Pelicans have faced the zone all season. At this point, it's like, look, if you ain't adjusted at this point, fuck it.
Hold on, Justin. To Chaz's point, it's not that they're scared of Herb. They know that the Pelicans won't even attempt it. They won't even go to it multiple times.
Right.
How many times have we seen Herb Jones take multiple threes in a row because they're going to just give it? Like they don't even look for it. The Pelicans will succeed at something and go completely away from it. They're like, no, we're not doing that shit no more.
There was one impressive thing, actually. I want to talk about what Trey's to Chaz's point, what Trey did today. I thought there was a moment tonight, not in third quarter, where Trey like started like the top of the wing. We entered it in, and the Trey, I think they doubled instead of Trey staying in the same position. Like AD called it out. He like got over to that left wing. It was a movement shot. Like he repositioned to where that helped defender instead of trying to recover from the top. He actually rotated the wing, so then it was a wide open throw. I thought that was great from Trey. More movement stuff, more movement shooting. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. We are actually about to talk about Trey Murphy here. We're gonna play the DraftKings commercial right now, and then get your comments, questions. Make sure you smash that like button, helps out the channel. And then we're gonna answer all y'all's comments, questions, and super chats. Appreciate y'all. Let's hear from DraftKings. The NBA season is in full swing, and when I can't get enough of the action on the court, I spice things up by betting on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BOOT. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOT. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/promos for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
Shout out DraftKings and company by located 4600 Birdsall Street. This is about right. We would have to medicate Justin, Matt Ryan, Jordan Hawkins, alley had been pulled off. I can't believe Jordan actually smoked that. But also Thomas, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas, thank you, bro.
You absolutely incredible. We're definitely going to answer this question later in the show.
Send that DM, Thomas. Send a DM, dog.
Yeah, make sure you send the DM, Thomas. So also appreciate you, Jessica. And all the regulars are always here, and all the new people that are here. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We do this every night or after every game. And we have Sunday night shows, so a lot of good stuff. Lito, Chaz, Five all do shows as well. So a lot of good Pelicans coverage over here. So Lito again tonight. We had talked about last night, right, about who needs to step up, and the common name was Trey Murphy. If you look at the box score, 4 of 11 from the field, 4 of 9 from deep, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Okay, so we had talked about the rebounding. We had talked about, Brandon Ingram was doing a nice job rebounding, boxing out, guarding bigs. One of my questions was, can Trey Murphy kind of fill that void of rebounding? Well, tonight he answers with eight rebounds, and he's also started that first quarter was really ugly. I think he ended that first quarter 3 or 4 from deep. He went on a little run by himself. So I thought there were really good moments there from Trey Murphy tonight, kind of stepping up and taking over Brandon Ingram's role.
Yeah, man. Like we talked about this. And he started the game off kind of shaky. He had a couple turnovers. He wasn't playing very well very early. I think he calmed down and he just, he stopped. He was pressing. He just relaxed himself into the game, and this is what you get. You get 8 rebounds. You got a guy who got to use his height in a lot of areas. Yo, he did something tonight that I have been, bro. He posted somebody up and he just shot up, bro.
Hey, AD and Joel both said like this might be the first time I've seen Trey
Bro.
Murphy post up, but that's taking advantage, understanding you have the height advantage there.
That's one of the next steps in his evolution. Because listen, as an NBA player, like I forgot who it was talking about this, where they were breaking down getting like 20 points a game. It might have been Charles Barkley. Like you get 4 points here, you do this in this quarter, like that he could get 8 easy points like that, quick, like eight easy points. But yeah, man, like 4 for 9 from 3. I mean, he's excelling at what he does well. The rebounds, Justin, the rebounds, bro. Like 5, Chaz, yourself. Like everybody has alluded to small ball 5 in Trey wanting and Trey having to step up into that, especially with Brandon out now. Like, bro, look, man, the sky's the limit for that kid. Justin, we was talking about this. The sky's the limit for him. Is obviously things he has to get better at, but like what you seeing, the evolution of his game in real time, like being a fan of the team, commentate on the team, watching the team, it's been a joy to see, like for real. Because like coming out of Virginia, like I saw him play, I ain't know he could ascend to this though. Like this is a whole different. This is like butterfly caterpillar. Like he evolved into just something I can't really describe, and he's not done yet. So.
And also, Lito, like what we haven't pointed out is, and Jared did a great one-on-one interview with Trey a couple weeks ago, but like the struggles that he dealt with, right, where he's vamping it, he's getting ready for the season, has a bad injury, goes through a surgery, goes through struggle, like already a mental hurdle to get over a knee surgery. Then he really struggles, but then has the mental fortitude to, be like, okay. And one of the comments that kind of stood out to me when he was talking to Jarrett was, just having the same process, having the same work ethic, having the same routine every single day, even when you're struggling. And that's really hard to do. And he did it. And now he's kind of flourishing now. And he's starting to get way better defensively. Jarrett, we talk about stepping up, next guy up. I felt like Trey Murphy was the next guy up tonight. I felt like he I thought that he did a really nice job filling in for Brandon Ingram.
I think the thing that was most impressive to me is that he wanted to, right? There's a lot of guys that could have easily been asked to do this, but like Trey, you can see that he was trying, and to his fault, like sometimes he would lose the ball, like he was over trying, like almost ill-advised. But I like the fact that he slowed himself down, got one to go. The fact that the first one to go was like he was trying to feed the ball to Zion. It was almost like, fuck it. Like, I'm pulling. Yep. Like Trey is so much better when he doesn't think. When he doesn't think about what's about that. Like, bro, just play. And a lot, like basketball is so instinctual. Like you'll think about it, but just let your reactions take over. And usually 9 times out of 10, like your skill will take over and prevail. And when he got that first one to go and it was from almost 35, like, cool. Like, then that just lets you know, all right, now he's in the game. And then you see like the snowball effect of him, posting up a smaller player. I mean, it wasn't like beautiful basketball, but the attempt was there, right? The action was there. Like, okay, now you can try to do this. So
it's something you can work on, like something you can. Okay, I got this. So, but Chaz, to Five's point, talking about adding extra things to his game, he's close. He hasn't made one yet, but these running floaters with the touch off the glass, they've gone in and out a couple times. He also got fouled on one, but you're starting to see, yes, he's hitting threes. He's movement shooting now. He's coming off screens, one dribble pulling, but then also he's pump faking and attacking. He's not finishing at a very efficient clip right now, but for him to start doing this now, I feel like he's just adding to his game.
Yeah, I just think he just needs more runway, and ideally, if he doesn't get hurt this past offseason, I think we having a crazy conversation about Trey Murphy right now. But I just think he needs more runway to do his thing. And I think so far you've seen post All-Star, he got his legs underneath him. He's clearly has some confidence doing a few things that we saw him work on in the offseason. Athleticism is clearly there. Yeah, man, I just think it's all about runway at this point. As far as like, everyone here has kids. If you're gonna teach your kids how to drive, you're not gonna put them in fucking rush hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna take them to an empty parking lot and like teach them how to, with Trey is again, we got to talk about how some of his development has been hindered and how he may be starting kind of behind the curve. Then you add an injury onto that. So I think he has a lot of potential for growth, pause. And I think we'll continue to see that if he continues to get consistent opportunities. Honestly, I think this entire month he's been good. I think if you go back to those Raptors, I think it was the Raptors. Then you got these Indiana games. I think he's had a pretty good month aside from maybe the Cavs game. Overall, I think he's been really excellent all month. I actually think this was a mediocre game for him. You know what I'm saying? Considering how good he's been scoring wise. And I think the sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. He's trying to get that money.
And Lito, I'm gonna give Chaz some credit here. Speaking of credit, Leo's got some shirts out here. You did say this way back when, Chaz, that Trey's a better player after All-Star break, and you will start, kind of giving your opinion on Trey after the All-Star break. Well, once again, you're correct here that Trey Murphy's really sitting over here this last month. Did you want to say something, Lito?
Yeah, I want to say this, and I can't accredit this to him because I obviously y'all are at practice, and I don't go to practice because I'm lazy. But I just want to say shout out to Coach Brandon, Coach B, because I've seen him work with floaters with other guys. I've heard about it, and it seems if he's doing that with Trey, it's a good looking shot from Trey. Like, and he has the advantage. He has the advantage over it because he's already 6'10". Right, if you put a little bit of arc on it, it's great. Listen, if he's working with you on floaters, maybe you should take it seriously.
Yeah, maybe. Also, let's see Brand working with Coach Brewer as well. Those two guys have been doing a nice job there with Trey Murphy. So let's get some fan questions, comments. Always appreciate the super chats, Jeffrey. Thank you for your super chat, Joe. As always, Lito, we'll start with you. There was no hose in Miami tonight.
I don't know about that, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know,
Joe. Listen. I'm not an expert, but if I were, man, they there. They might have not been sitting in their seats, but they were there apparently.
They might have not been the holes Jimmy want, but there was some holes.
There wasn't Michelob Lights. They was
yeah.
All right, so back to Mondog. Mondog, appreciate your comments. Lito. Yeah.
I was scared.
There we go, baby. How you doing? So for Mondog, Lito, what does Larry do better than JV? Someone please tell me.
He's a better friend to Willie. He's a better friend. He has more compassion, more joy. He has a warmer heart. And basketball terms, though, like for real, if you want me to answer that in a real way, dog, he don't do nothing better. He more switchable. He can switch on the perimeter better than JV can. But as far as anything else, he can't shoot better. He's not a better rebounder. He's not a better passer. Can't score on the block better than him. I mean, his interview's better. JV probably could tweet better if he wanted to. Honestly, he's a better 3-point shooter. I don't know. Fuck, I've been asking that for weeks. I don't fucking know. I don't know what he does better. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me.
Okay, Chaz, did you want to know?
He signed David Fisher's titty. He signed Fisher's titty. Every chance he get, he like, oh my God, look at this.
One thing. So yeah, okay, he faster and he more switchable. But what happens after the switch is my question. Like what happens? Yeah. Does he block the shot? Is he getting a rebound? What happens?
I guess Yeah.
Especially when you consider the contract. It's like if you're getting replacement level, and not the shit on Larry. Larry had another solid game, but you're talking about
Larry had a solid game.
Yeah, we're talking about replacement level production compared to like probably one of the top 10 skilled centers, offensively skilled centers in the league. One of your consistent advantage creators. It's a little disheartening to see how this year's gone, but we've seen it for a couple of years at this point.
Go ahead, Bob.
I just want to say this part. Like, I think the team has done Larry a disservice to a fault, right? Like, Larry should be playing, like, he should have been pivotal for March and April. Like, you ran him into the ground at some point. He racked up a couple of injuries, which also hindered him to now. So you're not even getting the best version that you would be getting if you just kind of minimize his minutes. Like, you overplayed him, and now you can't get him to play. Like, it's actually their fault. It's not. I wouldn't blame Larry. Like, I think there's some benefit of having Larry Nance out there on the floor. Like, there is not more than JV, but there is some benefit to having Larry out there. But I just think they did the team a disservice by playing Larry or overplaying Larry at times. They didn't have to.
It just shows you, like, look, I think Spoelstra's he's the best coach on planet Earth. I think that Eric Spoelstra, I think he is literally the best coach at all levels. I think Eric Spoelstra is the best coach. I die on that hill. I really would. If Jay Wright's out of the conversation, I'm taking Eric Spoelstra.
I feel like Missoula coming for the crown. I feel like Missoula.
Okay, let me. I want to see his playoffs. I mean, he's got to win one. He needs to get one. But it just showed me what Spoelstra did tonight. He's like, look, we're doubling JV when he gets the ball in the post. We're doubling JV. So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, tonight you have the advantage. He's playing well. They're not shooting well. So Miami's missing a lot. So when you miss a lot, you need to rebound. Like, this is just how this works. JV's a really good rebounder. He had 10 rebounds tonight in 22 minutes. And then also offensively, you can kind of slow down, get a best shot, like your best shot possible. They're going to double you every single time you're playing 4-on-3. And I thought tonight they leaned into that in the second half, and they kind of, major separation happened. Go ahead, Lito.
I feel like 5 is correct. I think they did do it. They have been doing a disservice to both Larry and JV. And to be honest, my angst, my dislike is not actually for Larry Nance. I don't have a problem with Larry Nance. I just hate that in order for him to play, JV can't play. I hate that we have to have. It's got to be one or the other. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's fair. Denzel, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't
what you said? What you did?
I don't know. I am sensitive. I don't know. I must have said something. Thomas, appreciate you. Season re-railed win, Chaz. Season re-railed
again. Hey, Thomas.
If Thomas said it, he right for especially for
Thomas said.
5 from Chris Gray. 5. Any idea why Brand doesn't do any media anymore? Obviously.
I don't think he doesn't do media. He does. He does it on his own time. Some guys is like that, bro. Like, some cats like Trey Murphy like to talk. Some guys like Brandon don't necessarily like to. Like, and that's cool. Like, nobody tripping. I would like for him to speak more. Maybe people would know a little bit more about him. Because the person you see like on camera or speaking is not the person you would see like off camera. It's two totally different people. But I don't know. Some people just like that, bro. And it's cool. Like, ain't nobody tripping like that.
Just A Davis. Yeah, we got some big plans here for the playoffs, so don't you worry about that. Joe, once again, appreciate you. Let me steal my mama credit card real quick. 504 boy, as always. 504 boy Donald X. Change.
Man, win the game. Win the 504 boy game. What game is that?
What's that?
What game?
What game 504?
Oh, he is going. He's sitting on the floor for the Spurs game.
He called it 504 boy game. That's funny.
Imperial Pat, appreciate the super. I am New Orleans first, BI second. I'm trying to hear about Zion having more turnovers and points.
I think we talked about that, no?
Yeah, he did. You right. Hey, Imperial Pat. Zion had more turnovers and points, bro. He played like shit tonight.
Hey, Pat. Zion was bad.
But you know, we only do this for Brandon. You know, we don't ever hold everyone else accountable. It's only BI. Okay, so
imagine a man saying, "I'm New Orleans first, but I got my man back second. Nothing, it's just God and my man." That sound like a bitch. Fuck out of here, man. You sound like a bitch. But
can we get to this? Hey, Chaz.
If you mess with me, I take your man. That's how you sound, like a bitch. But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
Chaz Donald. Hey Chaz, what do you think about Herb's ceiling is now?
I think 5 first presented the Bruce Bowen comparison. I really think he's really living up to that this season, and he's not as dirty as Bruce Bowen was. Bruce Bowen, it was a different time. But I think Herb a dog, man. Consummate professional, shows up, and I think Herb has a lot more to his game than we've seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeremiah, that's another thing. Tony Allen, who can shoot. That's another good one. Tony Allen, who can shoot threes.
I'm trying to go through the starred comments. There's 150 other comments. So I can only imagine.
We got another Thomas one as well.
Okay, I'm gonna get to him. Carlitos Way, appreciate the super chat. Port and CJ, great win. Didn't see it. No BI and Z had 4 points. Ooh, I like this one from X5. Do you guys worry about Zion's handles in the playoffs? Feels like sometimes they get a little loose.
Bro, I've been fucking calling about Zion handles since he got drafted, man. Like, that's always been a problem for me, man. Like, he doesn't have a really tight handle. I just think that just comes with time. It's almost like to my initial point, like the coaches almost do him the service, because when has he had the ball on a consistent basis? When has he been able to dribble, pass, and shoot consistently? Like, it's a little bit of both. So, but yeah, man, you should be kind of worried. You have to get a stronger handle, and he needs to clean it up a little bit.
Oh, the God, he works with Kyrie in the offseason. Call Kyrie, please.
Man, bro,
please
that's
call
Kyrie.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
So look, all right. I get Zion has had a lot of injured summers. He's been injured multiple summers. He hasn't been able to add certain things to his game. But to me, that don't excuse the lack of improvement in the handle. Like, you could do that. You could sit down and dribble. There's so many dribbling drills you could do in order to improve your dribble. And to be honest, the type of basketball that he plays, he would do himself such a service if he just had a bit better handle.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of disagree with you. He had a healthy offseason. I mean, you would think he was healthy this offseason. That hadn't been talked about ever since the hamstring thing. You would think he was healthier this offseason. Obviously, the foot thing a couple years ago, but that is one thing that Zion needs to add to his game, is a better handle. So, Leo, I was going to give you this one. So, Thomas, once again, appreciate you, man. You've been absolutely incredible tonight.
Thank you, Thomas, bro.
Question: y'all think BI can be a lot better? Better yet, if he had better conditioning. I've been thinking about this for a while. He either goes off first half and can't keep it up, or do more of the little things like play defense, offense suffers. I think BI's I don't think BI's conditioning is a problem, but go ahead, Lito.
No, I don't think BI. I don't think BI is one I'd ever say had a conditioning problem. I think BI has I think BI is maybe too laid back at times. I think he has maybe sometimes a lack of aggression problem. I think Zion suffers from the same symptom. So it's not conditioning, bro. I think for a period of the season, it was more like, it's my turn, it's your turn. Like, as far as them, like, you go, I go, you go, I go. And then they just couldn't really figure it out. You started to, it's been Zion's turn for like 3 weeks now, and Brandon has started to do other things in regards to the team. But I guess I'm gonna say, like, Brandon has played back. He's played defense in those moments where he wasn't scoring the basketball. So, I don't know. I don't know why it's one half and then it's not the other. I can't really give you the answer to that. But I mean, I've noticed it.
Mondo, yeah, Herb Jones is. Look, man, Points per game won't play, but I still think he should be up for MIP. I know there's some good candidates this year, but man, Herb Jones, bros, he's one of the more improved players in this league this year, for sure. Jeffrey, appreciate the super chat. We're always here after. We've only missed 2 recaps this year.
Talk about it. Now we missed
3?
2 for sure.
We missed the Pacers one. We missed the Blazers one.
I think that's it.
Only 2. Sports and 321. Appreciate you. 5. You're a ref. What do y'all think the refs got against the? What do you think refs have against the city? Well, used to be a ref. What do you think refs have against the city of New Orleans?
Man, maybe they don't have a booby trap. I don't know. Maybe the Uber drivers are really mad, or they get a bad hotel. Whoever the liaison is for refs when they come to New Orleans just must do a really shitty job, because refs continuously fuck over the Pelicans. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of like the Pels got to win almost. Like you got to gain the respect of the refs before you start getting calls. But I guess it shouldn't be like that. But, it's human nature.
Chaz, can we talk about, from Jeremiah, can we talk about Trey Murphy's defense has improved? I argue he's above average defender, to be honest.
I think he has a little ways to go. I think that also comes with reps and understanding of the game. I think credit to the staff. I do think that they can make a lot of lineups look competent out there on the floor. I think as an individual defender, I just think he has a little bit of a ways to go. He has to learn how to better utilize his wingspan. Something like you've seen Brandon do this season, and it's fucking year 8. So you kind of gotta, damn, it is year 8. You kind of gotta give him a little grace with it. But I do think it's a reps thing. I think he has to that, and in the offseason, dudes only work on offense.
That's all you work on. Nobody's working on defense.
And Zion don't work on shit. So I don't know what he works on. I never seen him play basketball in the offseason. So I don't think he work on. He like, I don't need no work. But
that's how good he is. Isn't that crazy? Like,
it ain't how good he is. He need a little work. He needs
a little work. But man, Lito, the question of the night. Hour 7 in. We got about 5 more minutes. So make sure y'all smash that like me. The question of the night. When is the Mike Thomas episode dropping?
Say, bro, X be asking the important questions. Hey, listen, Mike Thomas, what you doing? You ain't, dog, listen. I know you in the city. You in the city, dog. Come chop it up with Boot Crew Media Studios. Let's go platinum. You seen what Shannon and Cat Williams did? Man, we could do that. We could do that. We could go platinum. It's all good. I don't know X, but if it was up to me, it'd have been dropped. Like we'd have bended that interview. It'd be nothing.
From Jessica 5, why do you think Zion played bad tonight?
Hey man, I'm not getting mad at anybody playing bad in Miami, bro. I'd play bad in Miami. I'd play real bad in Miami. Matter of fact, I might not even play bad. If what Chaz just posted, lust. There are some man. I'm telling you, I lust a lot of things about Miami, a lot of. And I rest my case.
Speaking of lust, dude really saying nothing. He said nothing coming from God, Brandon.
No, yeah, stupid.
What kind of shit is that?
I can't wait to see Jimmy Butler's post game with Jimmy allegedly from Rome.
Oh no, he did. So he had a Tupac bandana on, talk about I still think we the better team, and he said some sucker shit. Look, Jimmy's a weirdo. Jimmy all them almost fights and all. Like, come on, man.
You
like, get the fuck out of here.
You know.
All right, make sure you smash the like button. Hour 10. It's a Friday night. We gotta get to bed. But let's go 5 seconds with Lito.
We don't have to.
No, go 5 seconds with Lito. Or do you want company burger? You want company burger? You want 5 seconds with Lito?
No. I do not want to hear you say those words. I don't want to hear you say those words.
You don't want to. Company Burger is the official burger of Pro Pels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media. 5 seconds of lead.
Oh, we got a new one. Look, they took
What?
out grinded meat, but they added Justin biting the burger. They took that out.
See?
They finally catching on. Chaz, they finally catching on, man. They're finally catching on. Go ahead.
Hey,
man.
that's a bridge too far.
Hey, nah, man. Hey, listen. A couple things. Again, Mike T.
Chris. Yo,
I'm innocent. Hey, I'm innocent. Listen, man. A couple things. Mike Thomas. Before you leave the city, dog. Again, pull up. Me, five. We trying to holler at you. Like we just want to talk, air out your grievances, whatever. Like however you feel about Derek Carr, I probably feel the same way. He didn't even throw me a pass. And at the same time, like I just got to give you credit, dog. So you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, come get your credit. X, I heard you bought a shirt, dog. DM us so we can sign it, son. Like hit holla at Justin or holla at me or whatever, so we can sign a shirt. Man, that's all I got, man. We'll see y'all Sunday.
yeah, and for real, guys, like we really do appreciate everyone with all the super chats and all the comments and the likes and everything. Like this is fun for us to do because of y'all. So we appreciate Sunday night. So we play Detroit 2 p.m. We'll be live Sunday night at 8 p.m. from the studio. So we'll see y'all Sunday. Have a good weekend. And that's all I got. Smash the like button. See y'all later.